Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I don't know if you guys are anything like me when it comes to cooking, but I have a tendency to overdo or to make too much a lot of times. And I'm kind of the mind that it's better to have too much than not enough. And so I find myself a lot of times with leftovers, and then I'm thinking, well, I don't want to waste that. What am I going to do with it? And this is a casserole that we really like, and you can use a couple of different kinds of chicken. You can use, in my case, I fried chicken the other day and yesterday, and I fried way too much. So I took some of that chicken and I cut it up into pieces, about 2 or 3 cups of it, and I'm going to use that for the casserole. You could also use rotisserie chicken if you have it or like it. You could boil chicken and make it intentionally for the casserole. It just depends, but I like to use up leftover chicken that we've had just so it doesn't go to waste. So in my bowl, I have those 2 to 3 cups of leftover fried chicken that I've cut up. And I have my 9x13 sprayed. My oven is preheating to 350. And it's very simple. We're just going to dump some stuff in here. I have a can of cream of chicken soup that we're going to dump in. I'm going to spoon out just for this, and now I got to find what I did with it. I'll use this. Okay, cream of chicken soup. Okay, and I have 2 cups of sour cream. This is so simple. It all mixes up in one bowl. Makes your life so much easier. And I'm going to add to that a couple of seasonings. I like to add some seasoned salt to it. Now, don't add too much salt because that soup you have added has salt in it, unless you use the low or no sodium. My fried chicken, I salted it when I cooked it. So you just want enough to give it a little more flavor. Okay, I'm also going to add into that a little bit of garlic powder, and it'd be about a half a teaspoon of any of these seasonings that you want to add, and then a little bit of onion powder as well. Okay, I'm also going to put in about half a cup of buffalo sauce. We like the Frank's. We use it a lot, so we like buffalo chicken, so that's our favorite sauce of those. And I'm going to add in about 2 cups of shredded cheese, and you can use pepper jack cheese to give it a little bite to it, a little zing. I'm just using up some of the cheeses. I have some cheddar, some Colby Jack, some different things that I had in the fridge that I need to use up so it doesn't go to waste. And if I had pepper jack left over, shredded pepper jack, I would definitely use that. Okay. Now I'm going to save some because I want some cheese on top. So the only other thing that I need to put in here before I mix it, and I want to mix it pretty gently, is I'm going to put in a bag, a 32-ounce bag or 2-pound bag of tater tots. And they're still frozen, so they don't fall apart when I go to mix them in. And as you can see, you need a pretty good sized bowl for this. Okay. I want to make sure all of those are coated with all that sauce and sour cream so they don't dry out too much. And all I have to do then is dump this into my casserole dish. I have my oven preheating to 350, and it's going to take about 30 minutes for this casserole to get done. The hash browns will be browning a little bit. The casserole itself will be bubbling. So again, I just want to make sure that's all evenly coated, chicken and all. When you're done, when it's done baking, you could put green onions on the top, maybe some ranch dressing. If you like blue cheese dressing, since you have the chicken, the buffalo chicken, that might be kind of good on top. Or you can just go with the cheeses that are in it and on top of it. Okay, so this is gonna go in my casserole dish in the oven for about 30 minutes. I am gonna put a little more cheese on top just because I like to seal my casseroles with either something crunchy or something that'll hold some of that moisture in, like the cheese. Okay, there you have it. Welcome back to Cooking with Some Friends. Brian and I are doing some more carnival foods.
Yep. I want to see how she says this.
What? Oh.
How do you say the name of this?
Elotes?
Elote? That's what I would say.
Okay.
Elote?
So we're making Mexican street corn.
Yeah.
So we've already done a couple of things. We heated a pot of water with salt to boiling, and then we took our corn and we had shucked it and we put it in that water, put a lid on it, and let that set in the hot water.
About 10 minutes.
Right. And then we took it out and we let it cool for about 5 minutes. So now we're actually ready to make this into more of a carnival food by adding the rest of the stuff. So we have some mayo and some sour cream, and we're gonna mix those together. And the recipe that we have shared, that we're gonna share, is actually for 2 servings, 2 ears. But,
ooh.
but we
That
increased that we tripled it, basically, so.
Yeah, so we don't need 16 tablespoons. Just
That
or
is
18,
recording,
that's what it was.
isn't it? Okay. I've been known to not have it recording.
Well, there's no going back now.
So, okay. So mix that up.
I about made it squeak again.
And we put the corn spikes in to hold our corn because the skewers. I can say the other. I just can't say it. We used them for our corn dogs, but they don't have a point on them, so you can't stick them into the corn cob. So anyway, so now he's going to brush that, and he's going to be very generous and brush that all over the corn.
It's still a little warm, but hopefully this will work. And you want quite a bit of this on there so the other stuff will hold.
Yeah, it's like your glue.
Yeah.
The other parts that he has some, how do you say that?
What?
The type of cheese.
Queso fresco.
But what's
Cotija?
Cotija?
Cotija.
Cotija.
Yeah, it's like Cotija, I believe.
Which is kind of hard to find in the grocery stores, but the fresco, you can find it a lot of times. So we're going to sprinkle that. It's a very crumbly cheese. We're going to sprinkle that over the top, and we're going to add some tahini seasoning, which is really spicy. And we also have some lime wedges in case you want to squeeze that over the top.
You just want to do the crumbly cheeses so that they'll stick.
Right. And if they're not sticking, you can always press them in just a little bit to give them.
I should have had you do the tahini at the same time, but.
Oh, before you rotated?
Yeah.
The nice thing about doing it on this plate, though, is you can recycle and.
Want to do the tahini?
Sure. You know what?
Just use the bottle.
I'm just gonna sprinkle it from the bottle.
Yeah.
Put this on the plate that we have prepared for it, and do the next one. And we're going to keep doing that, and then we have our lime wedges ready. We're going to do that at the very end.
Okay.
Okay, that's all there is to it. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.